working on an old wall console. I haven't researched it, so I'm not really sure of its origin or the date of it. I know it's been repaired a few times, and it has been repaired a few times. And been through the ringer with nails at the wall. All right, I'm looking at this, and I was thinking older, but I see this, and I think maybe, I don't know, mid-19th century because of that joint. I don't know. That's kind of cool. Looks like it was pinned in after it was done. Anyway, besides that, this is coming off here. Let me get so close. This is coming off here. This is broke. The wire down here. The wires that held the back. The roses are missing off of this side, just like on this side. So we'll have to recreate those, get this thing solid up again, and get it cleaned. Okay. Let's see how I can get this off of here so I can re-glue it. It's pretty well undone all the way around, so see if I can stick some things in it to protect the wood. Okay, it seems to be coming. Trying not to mar the wood best I can. There we go. Okay. Okay. And I'll heat up the hide glue and get that going. Set this down on anything. Get the scraper. Get this as well. All right, I'm going to be as careful as I can with this. Get out of the way for a minute. Goes back over here. I'm going to reset this. So I'm going to set it in, see if it fits in good still. Doesn't look like there's anything missing off of it. It fits in really nice. All the way around. Small piece missing out of the back here. Let me get some hide glue. Fix this one up. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Got me some old brown glue. I usually use the hide glue that I have to heat up myself, but I'm just been trying this out and it's actually been working really, really good. So continue to use it. Show you. I'm gonna do this here. Okay. It's in here pretty heavy. Spread it around a little bit. Okay. Okay. Grab my wet rag. There's two places I want to clamp it. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure, and I make sure I use the clamps with a little bit of protection with the soft rubber pads so that it doesn't damage. And put it in a good spot. Put it up on top here. Put that in real good. On top of this here, clamp. I don't know how I managed to lose this piece, but I couldn't find it anywhere where I glued this together. I used hide glue, the old brown glue, and then clamped it together. It was nothing spectacular. All right, here we are this morning. In this video, I managed to lose the video of me gluing the leg piece onto the wall console. Now I lost the audio to this one. So I'm just coming in the morning and unclamping and getting it prepared for the next step. Well, you can see this needs to be wiped here, get that excess glue off. You can see it there. I still need to fix this. I guess this goes all the way against that, like that, and glues. And repair that as well. And I'll also repair the little apex of this key. That's pretty rough repair job. See? Excuse me. All right, it's looking good though. Let's see. Here's where we glued this as well. Need to do a little. Take that glue out of here. That's just glue build up. Right in the corner. That's just glue build up. Easy peasy. All right. Let's get on to the next part. Same thing as yesterday. I'm using some 2P10 to attach this piece here down inside, but just a little bit right there. So let's do it. Put my tip on here. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Touch of the sauce. That's it. That's all we need. Whoops. All right. I'm starting to do the repair on the wire where they put, it looks some type of plaster of Paris or whatever stuff they use for this. I'm really not positive. I need to research it a little bit more, but I'm using an epoxy putty, and I put it on and I let it dry a little bit, just a few minutes, and then I use a wet or damp brush, and it smooths out the lines, and it really helps because it's really hard to sand once it's dried, which is good. I'm just starting on the base. There's a wire here that I'm going around, and I put a little paint on the wire just to protect it. Not that it's going to do it any great protection in the long run, but you know, it's pretty old. It hasn't broken, and it didn't look like it was wore down, so it's doing good. I'm just putting the putty around here and building it up. I'm going to put it in layers until I can eventually build the flowers like on this side. So that's what I'm doing with this. And I want to get flowers that are similar to it. They're on the other one. They're not exactly alike. And then also these wires on the back, I need to putty those back in. This whole thing was broken loose. Sorry about the bad video. I'm holding it in my hand and working at the same time till I develop some skills for this. Appreciate your patience. So again, I'm using epoxy putty. and stuff works great. I love it for a lot of different things. But I'm just going to put some on and just casually build it up, and then when I'm done, I'll match the paint on the piece. So here I'm just pushing it around the wire, and once I get it, I'll get a little bit of a damp brush, and I use the end of the brush to kind of help mold it where I can't get my fingers into. And I do get a little bit of water on there, and I'm trying to be careful. I've got a paper towel I'm using, and my t-shirt as well, so trying not to get the piece too wet. But that's about what's going on here. I forgot to mention, when I start working on the leaf, I'm actually working on 2 different wall consoles. So I didn't mention it in the video, I apologize. And it's when I start working on the leaf is the other one. I basically had to do the same thing to both wall consoles, but on one of them, instead of replacing the flowers, I had to rebuild a leaf and a couple of things on it like that. So I threw it in, and by no means am I an expert at repairing antiques. I don't make any claims to be. I need to learn a lot. I'm learning as I go along. I appreciate you watching. Okay, I know it looks a little rough, but that's the way this looks when it's wet and white and standing out. That's our anchor spot for this whole piece. So when it's, I still have to put another rose. This little rose here is going to be another one on this side to fill this little spot. So keep an eye out for that. All right. I wanted to take up here. It's really rough repair. I kind of wanted to clean it up just a hair. I mean, it's not a spot you really see. Maybe I won't. All right, let's get to it. It's kind of hard to see, but this right here is a deep hole. Kind of filled it in back here. There are really some large holes in this side and a crack over there, so I'm trying to get that cleaned up. Wet the end of my stick here and just press it into the cracks best I could to kind of shape it. Then I'll get my brush wet and I'll brush it. I know I don't want to get this too wet, saturated with water, but brushing this is gonna smooth that down. Whoever repaired this before just did a rough job here, so I'll take just a pinch, and again I'm using the JB Weld Quick Wood Epoxy Putty. Stuff works great for everything. I use it for marble repairs, wood chunk repairs, anything. It hardens up and I'm able to shape it. It is great stuff. A little bit wet and it smooths out. Okay. Okay, and then when that dries, I'll shape it a little bit and color it. And it'll be a lot better than it was. Okay, it'll look, at least it won't have holes in it. It'll look like one natural piece again. Okay. Giving this a little bit of a shape before I put it on here, because it is kind of hard to do when it's on. Kind of meld this together by just pushing it in there, and that's the best I can do for that. So I shouldn't do the phone that way. That crease down in here, that'll all meld together really well. I'll wait about maybe 10 minutes and I'll put some water and rub it and it'll blend a lot better. This is the kind of the shape I kind of did before I put it on here so that it kind of matches the other side. All right, we'll just let that dry and then get back to it. Well, I wasn't happy with the flour that I worked on. It was a little low and a little out of shape, so I constructed another one on top of it. So now that leaf is there, I carefully put a couple of holes in it. This will give sorry. This will give the something to attach into it. Okay. See how I done this here? Put a couple holes in it. Okay. Now I can take the putty and you can see that I can push it into that hole so it'll hold now. Whoops. Kind of see you there. Yep. I'll be right back. Okay. Now this is just a rough shape of it, but this one will kind of match these here. And then I'll shape it and paint it, and it'll look beautiful again. Okay. I'll have to speed that one up too. How's it looking?
Here?
No, not me, the carving.
Here.
Okay, and here we have it finished. The edges here, slow. All the edges, this has all been rebuilt. Hopefully it's hard to tell where it's been rebuilt. This has all been remade. Okay, here's the very top of this. A little blurry, sorry. get it all in one shot, huh?